Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today we're going to talk about something we've already spoken about, but it's still quite new and very exciting. You do remember we had spoken about a series of toys by NECA. They were figures of little kids wearing Halloween costumes, and they were called the Ben Cooper collection, and this is one of them. Just to remind you what they're like, they are about 6 inches tall, and they are actually the same scale as Mego figures, so because those are kids and adults are 8 inches, and they are wearing clothes, and basically they've done all the Universal monsters. So you have Frankenstein, you've got this is Dracula, you've got the witch, you've got the creature of the Black Lagoon. They've done quite a few of them. They've done glow-in-the-dark ones, they've done non-glow-in-the-dark ones. They are doing more recent figures, like for example, and I will probably do another unboxing about those. They're doing modern horror characters. They've done also Alien, the Gremlins, which I haven't seen yet. I'm very, very excited about those. But the most exciting part of the collection is that new wave, which is called Wave 5. And the reason why it's so exciting is because, well, they are very, very different, because they're superheroes, and they are actually the DC superheroes. So that's what we're going to open today. So we've got the DC superhero, you've got Batman, you've got Superman, you've got Batgirl, you've got the Joker, and you've got Wonder Woman. So that's pretty cool, and they do have some slight differences in the way they've done the packaging, so we're going to discover that. Just to remind you what they look like in packaging, I think the early one that they had released looked like those, so it was really black packaging with the monsters, and this is one of the glow-in-the-dark ones, so the packaging is slightly different colors. And you have, of course, in the back you had the list of character, and you do have the name of the character here. So that's the classic version. That's how they've done the first two, no, the first three, no, the first two waves were like that, and then they did the glow-in-the-dark wave, which could be Wave 3, but it's not actually Wave 3. Wave 3 is the 1970s, 1980s horror. Wave 4 are invented characters from the modern times, and we'll get to that soon. So that's how it works. So this is the original packaging, and of course now we do have a completely different packaging for the superheroes. So we're going to start with Superman. So basically, as you can see, it's bright and cheerful. You've got Batman and Superman on the side. I mean, it's really a very, very cool packaging. They do have Superman written on the top, and in the back you do have the full line of 5 figures. That looks absolutely fantastic. So we are going to open them, and well, of course we're going to open them all, but you can see, before I do, you will find out easily that there's actually some differences in packaging. So that's Batman and Superman. That's the Batgirl one, which also has Wonder Woman and Supergirl. On the side you've got the girls as well. So there are some differences, and if I'm looking at the supervillain, it has a different color. You see, it's purple instead of red. And you do have villains, so you do have Catwoman here, and on the side you do have, yeah, it is Catwoman. So does that mean that we're going to have another wave where we would have Catwoman, where we would have Supergirl? I don't know. I have absolutely no clue, but that's the thing that's very exciting, in a way, that we may be getting more of those. And of course the Joker pack says supervillain, and of course the other one says superhero. So that's the big difference. It's interesting that they're doing variant packaging for those. That being said, now we can open, and we are going to start with Superman. If I can manage to open it, because it's one of those days. So we're going to check, because with the previous the first two waves, there was actually a little background which was showing like a shop, so you could actually use that as a little diorama, I suppose, but now they seem to have gone for something a bit simpler, because it's just a flat color. It's blue. I don't know if they've done different colors for the heroes. No, all the heroes are blue, and it looks like the Joker is blue as well. So that's going to be an interesting thing. So here we go. This is the Superman costume, so it looks really cool. So as usual, it's a kid wearing a mask, and you've got quite a few. I mean, there's very, very different kids each time, so so that's really what's cool. There is different colors skin, there's girls, there's boys, different colors of hair. I mean, if I've got another one here, you see you've got this one is a girl with a long ponytail, or then you've got this one is a little black kid. I mean, they've done really a good job at doing very, very different kid, and not the same kid every time. So let's see. So of course they are well articulated. They've got full articulation as usual, and he's wearing his little vinyl costume, which is really cool. So this costume is a replica, of course, of the Ben Cooper Halloween costume that was released at the time, so probably in 60s, 70s. And it looks fantastic. He's got his little cape, which also is very nice. So you can see well the back. Of course, you've got the scratch Velcro, and it looks really cool. What is very nice is that, of course, because it's Halloween character, all the Halloween character come with a bag. I mean, you have a bag like this, for example, or some of them have I mean, they actually have different bags, and of course some of them have a Halloween pail. So what's interesting is that for this they actually have a pillowcase. So it is a Super Friends pillowcase bag. I mean, it is a bag, of course, but it really is reproducing a 1970s pillowcase, which I think is really cool. So it's double-sided. It's fabric, but the other ones are all plastic. This is fabric, so of course basically you can give it's going to be interesting actually, because the other ones have a handle to put the bag in their hands. I'm not quite sure how that works for this, because it might be a bit difficult to put it in his hand. Let's try that. Well, I suppose, yeah, you see, that's the I think it's very cool. I really like it, but I'm probably not very good at this. Maybe here you go. Nope. Well, I'm sure there is a way to put it in his hand. So that's the first one. That's Superman, and he looks really cool. Maybe I will try to put it back again. So then we're going to might as well get Batman out. So we're going to get Batman. I'm not going to show you again the box. It's the same box. Of course, it says Batman at the top. So nothing really fancy about those, nothing different that I can think of. Those boxes are a bit more difficult to open, I find. Bye bye, Superman. Don't eat the little gel pack. And here we go. Oh, it looks really, really cool. So here is Batman. It looks fantastic. I think it even looks better than the Superman. You've got another kid. Is it the same kid? Between between the two kids. So that's really quite cool. And of course, it comes also with the little pillowcase bag because, well, it's a pillowcase, but it is a bag. I'm just going to try again to put it in his hand, because that annoys me that he doesn't have his bag in his hand. Wow, here you go. You can put it in his hand. So same thing. You've got the cape and the little bag. So that's really cool. So we do have. You will notice, of course, when I said that the kids were different, you do have the different shoes for those. So we're going to put them here. Before you ask, because you see me popping all those, they do stand up. It's just a question of, with the NECA figure, it's just a question of finding exactly the right spot for them to actually stand, and it's always so here you go. They all stand there. There's never been any issues with those figures, but it's always a question of finding, the right spot or the right way to balance them so that they stand up. So, but for the sake of being quick, let's not do that. And then we do have, of course, the girl. So as I said earlier, the boxes are different. You've got different graphics with all the girls. So you've got Batgirl, Supergirl, and Wonder Woman on that. It's the same bag. Nothing has changed here. And I don't know if they're going to release more of those. I'm pretty sure they're going to be a big hit, because people were very, very excited when they first announced them. So I'd be very surprised if they weren't a big hit. So let's see the difference. So they do have the blue background as well. And here we go. And of course, this is a girl. As you can see, it's a different kid. They put a girl in Batgirl, which is kind of logical, even though, I mean, everybody should be able to wear a Batgirl costume if they want to. So that's the Batgirl one. I think it looks really cool as well. Just trying to. The thing is with those those NECA character, the ankle articulation is a very weird articulation, because I'm going to try and show you, because that's the articulation is actually in the shoes. So you have to be very careful when you try articulating it, because it's always a bit rigid at first, and so be careful, because you may break it if you're not careful. So here you go. She's really cool. I mean, the mask is fantastic. The costume is really great. She's got a little cape as well, and I mean, you know the drill. They are all very similar in construction anyway. And we still have two to go. We do have Wonder Woman. Same box. Oh, of course, she does have the Batgirl has the little pillowcase as well. What I'm actually wondering is for the Joker, because at the time I'm pretty sure that there was both a supervillain and a superhero pillowcase that were released. So I'm hoping that the Joker will have the supervillain pillowcase. That would be really cool if it was the case. I'm not sure it will be, but we'll see. Of course, there's the little gel that you don't want to eat, and the pillowcase. And here she comes. She's really cool. And what I find very nice is that, once again, it's a girl, but as you can see, it's a very, very different hairdo, and it's a hairdo that works perfectly well with Wonder Woman. So here is the Wonder Woman costume. I would have, personally, but that's me, added little wristbands, yellow wristband on the character, because even though I'm sure that the costume doesn't have the little wristband or originally, I mean, I'm talking about the costume in the 70s for kids. Kids would add wristbands for Wonder Woman, I think. But then again, I'm not the one doing those toys, but I think she looks absolutely fantastic. She's really, really great otherwise, and she does have some beautiful shoes as well. So we've got 4 of them, and there's the 5th one, which of course is going to be different because it's the Joker and he's a super villain. So the back is the same. I mean, the color of the box is different. We do have, of course, Catwoman on the side, but there's no Catwoman. So maybe it's a hint about what they could do next. I don't know if they did a Catwoman costume. I mean, I should check. If it's very... Ben Cooper is so famous as a costume thing. It does have the same background as the other ones, and but yeah, Ben Cooper is such a big deal in the US that there are, I'm sure you can find lists of all the costumes that they've done at the time. So let's see, and yes, it does have the supervillain pillowcase with all the legion of the, what is that called, the supervillains. Yeah, they wrote the supervillains. So basically that's all the rogue gallery from all the DC villains. So which means that we have both the hero pillowcase and the villain pillowcase. That's really very, very cool. And of course we do have the character, and he looks absolutely fab. He really, really looks good. So see, that's what I was saying with the, like, I'm just going to show you to compare, because of course it's got short sleeves. So I love the fact that you've got very different kids for all of them, and you see it's not the same hair, not the same skin color. I mean, they're really doing it. I showed you that because it's easier to see that with Batman and Superman, because of course they've got long sleeves. But here you go. I think he looks fantastic. I really, really love it. I absolutely adore those 5. So they're just out. I'm not sure they've actually arrived in the UK yet, but they're out in the US. They've been out for maybe a week or so now. People are starting to find them, and so they are the Ben Cooper. I'll just get the one of the boxes. So the Ben Cooper superheroes, and it's wave 5 of the Ben Cooper collection by NECA, and it contains Batman and Superman and Batgirl and Wonder Woman, and last but not least, because they need a villain, the Joker. So they are absolutely fantastic. I love this collection. I think it's one of the funniest thing that NECA has done in a very long time, because those are cool, those are fun. The problem is we're getting quite an army of kids now, because there is about 5 in each wave, and we've got already 5 waves out, plus the glow-in-the-dark wave. So that makes a huge amount of characters, and I absolutely love the fact that with those kids for the superhero, we do get the little pillowcase that are also, of course, also bags for the candy and everything for Halloween. So here you go, and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.
you.